we'll see what kind of times they can do around around Mexico. But how's your day? Left 4 Dead. It's been good.
Uh, was good. Yeah, I had Rush Racing Leagues earlier today. Got a good result, a sprint and the main race, so pretty happy with that for my debut.
That's good.
As cars start coming out of the pits now, I divided Kano on his outlap.
But I think for the first lap we're going to ride on with Kano. Pretty sure he's the championship leader for Wallaby right now. Closely followed by
Maney.
Divided and then Maney. So that's your top three right there for the championship. But it's very close with Divided and Kano with just 10 points difference. So this sprint can definitely change the championship. Kano gets ready for his first lap. I'm going to be quiet unless you guys enjoy this lap. I'm going to turn off all the HUD. There you go. And sit back and enjoy this lap from Kano. Okay, as Kano comes from the last couple of corners, it's been a pretty good lap so far. See what he can set. Little bit loosey-goosey on the exit. Comes around the last corner. What can he set? What's going to be the bench margin? He's going to set a 117.5. We got O-Divide. What's he going to set? A 118.4. We got the two Alpines of Matty Skills coming around the last corner. What can he set? He's going to set a 119. What can the other Alpine do? He's going to jump up to P3 as well. What can Evil Blade do? He's had some pace around here, around a couple of these tracks that I've been seeing in these live streams. He pops up to P2. So does his teammate, Maxi Boy. And it's a Mercedes lockout right now. What can ZK do? He's abandoned his lap. It looks like we've got Ferrari also abandoning their lap. What can Dutch Verstappen do? Oh, he's on his out lap. Bit of party issues.
My mic keeps muted, unmuted. But yeah, Kano's got a pretty good back lap. Same with Damo.
Yeah, just under a
Pretty
tenth.
sure he's even on points with um, Maney at the moment with 109 for both of them.
Okay, let's see what Dutch Verstappen in the Aston Martin could do. Comes around the last few corners. And also from the chat, it does look like there's going to be a raining race, apparently. That's what someone said in the chat. Dutch Verstappen up to, I don't know, he just said the race, by the way. So P6 for Dutch Verstappen. Maney. Maney coming around the last couple corners. He's P2 in the constructors in the championship right now. Let's see what he can set. Can he match his championship rival right now? Doesn't look like it. He's going to set a 1:19.4. Kirko. He invalidated. Some people not invalidating a lot. Not many laps going on right now. We got Felty Rabbit just nearly heading to the exit. He gets really loose on the back end there. We're gonna go on ZK. He has got a lap, hot lap request. I'm gonna turn off all the HUD, and you can sit there and watch him. Comes around the through last corners. It's purple sector 2. What can he set here? A lot of people getting loose on that exit right there. But what's he gonna set? It's gonna be a 1:18.1. He's up to P5.
I believe this is his first race in Wallaby as well, so he'll be looking to find a result. But a lot of people are just taking too much curb in that final sector out of their hairpin, sending them a bit skewy from the exit, so something people might figure out as they go along and continue their laps, but it's costing them time ultimately.
Okay, we've got Kano coming to finish his second lap. He's actually invalidated that lap, so he's probably going to come back to the pits, put on possibly maybe go back out or wait for his last lap. Maney. He's running out of fuel.
Low fuel mode, yep.
And Hoofenhof, didn't watch him, but he's up to P9 now.
As Matty Skills comes out of the pits. Wait, no. War Machine.
War Machine, good old War Machine.
And Dutch Verstappen also on his out lap.
But divided on his lap now down the straight. Heavy braking into turn 1. Try and get a good exit here. Maybe 75% throttle. 53 here and then 100 as soon as your wheel gets straight. This is... I really love this track. It's a good track. Definitely fun to race. But sometimes you take too much curb and your lap's done.
You really need to cut this next left-hander as much as you can, as we see dirt piling up after drivers have cut the grass away, so just little bits of time to find here and there.
Definitely.
Trying to carry as
Purple
much
sector
speed.
2 for divided. Getting really good exits here. A little bit loose. Everyone's getting loose around that second last corner. Really getting people. Now what does Divided do? He sets of a pole, provisional pole. What can Maxi Boy do? He stays in P7, but that's provisional pole for Divided.
Touch for Verstappen, I think he's on a lap now, coming into sector 2. Seems to be able to carry a lot of speed through there, through the S's, so entering sector 3 now, he wants to carry as much speed as he can. Cuts the curb quite a lot there, which is quite unusual. He keeps it pretty stable through the second last corner, through the final corner.
Takes a
Gone a
lot
little
of
bit
curb
wide.
What's he gonna set? He's gonna up to P4.
P4.
We've got
Maxi Boy also on a lap now. At the end of
six
sector
runs,
2.
P9.
Maxi Boy aborts and goes into the pits.
What can War Machine do for his first lap? And he spins it on the last corner.
Oh, at least it's right at the pit entry, he'll be able to just start straight back in there.
But the carb also going in.
Drifters has got a quali band to serve, don't forget as well.
Okay,
Not sure
That's
about the
Kano.
other 3.
Kano coming out of the second last corner, going to the second last corner. Can he make the margin bigger?
It's a nice exit.
And he does. With a 1:16.8. What a lap.
6/10 the difference. Shows the track evolution, Kano's ability. He's shown it all season long, so if he keeps it up, he'll be well on his way to a
ZK,
championship.
I think he's the last one on the lap, I think. Yep, these two coming in the pits. ZK is the only one on track. Let's see what he can do. Beautiful for the SSs. Using all the track he possibly can.
Running a little deep there.
Purple sector 2. Doesn't get loose on the exit of turn 2. The last corner. Into the last corner. What can he set? He's going to go P2 with a 1:17.4. I think Kano's lap's going to be hard to beat. But I don't think could ZK get another lap around. And that was on 2-lap old softs. So he's going to try and duck into the pits. Try and get a new pair of softs on. But we got Goffy on his first lap. He's on his out lap.
Kirko also not out. Has he got a quality band as well?
I don't know. Usually Kirko does one lap and then he sits in the pits, but it doesn't look like he's gonna do a lap. Maybe he's gonna
War
wait.
Machine will be ready to get out of the garage as well in the next couple of minutes.
Looks like we've got a Ferrari and a Aston Martin coming out. Looks like War Machine possibly. Everyone's starting to come out.
I think we've got an issue with my microphone breaking up. I think it's another stream issue, typical.
Oh, Kano! Oh no, he retired in pits. Yeah, I think he's happy with his lap. I think he thinks he's safe, and I think he's safe as well. Got Maney on his lap. He hasn't got his ERS on though. Maybe he forgot to turn on his ERS.
Guffey seems to just be idling around.
Dutch Verstappen.
Or Machine
Second
begins his
person on
lap
there.
now.
Man, I'm gonna ride on board with War Machine for now.
Really
See
want
what
to keep
the-
this as straight as possible on the straight, just to minimise scrub, keep the top speed as high as he can, but he's missed the apex there. This next couple of corners are so crucial to get right, but he misses the apex again. He hooks this one up, but he needs to get a really good exit these next couple of corners to make up for that missed apex. He just doesn't use all of the track like you'd expect him to. But he cuts this corner quite nicely.
But he invalidates why as he does it. He's not. Maybe he's gonna try and get another lap down. But his teammate coming the last through couple of corners. But I think he might have backed out of his lap. He's gonna go for another one.
Not gonna have a lot of battery to do this next lap with such a long straight.
But Divided.
Let someone through.
What can Divided do? Divided a little bit loose on the exit. Really wide.
See.
Is he going to be able to beat? No, he's not. It's going to be next around. Hoof and Hoof goes up to P6. Felty Rabbit just close to his finishing his lap. We've got an Alpine. Evil starting his lap.
Damo
It looks like
starting his lap.
Maxi Boy and Rabbit fighting in the corner. That's kind of probably ruined Maxi Boy's.
I think
Maxi
he'd
Boy's
already done his run.
Did he? Oh, they were fighting to the
Yeah.
last corner.
He's got no battery. Evil Blade though, he's on a lap.
Dutch Verstappen, what can he do? He's gonna get better. He's up to P2. Divided.
I divided now.
Looks like he might have backed out of this one as well.
Yep.
Yeah, he does. He can take that position. He's gonna keep that position.
ZK though, he's on a lap.
What can War Machine
Defeated
do?
Damo close behind.
War Machine up to P15. Unique. What's he gonna set? He's gonna go to P12.
As Evil Blade rounds the final corner as well.
What's Evil Blade gonna set? He's gonna stay the
P10
same.
stays P10.
Cub, his teammates in the way.
And his skills P10 knocks down Evil Blade one position. Mason Racing coming around the final corner. He's going to go into the pits.
And that looks like that's quality done.
And Guffey out of fuel.
With a 1:16.8.
He would have saved a set of tyres as well. Retiring pretty early in the session. But ZK on his debut P3 just behind Dutch Verstappen by a little under a tenth. As a Williams TP, I've got to be happy with that.
You definitely do. Maybe try and unplug your mic and plug it back in, because a lot of people are saying it's bugging.
Yeah.
See
Hold
if
on.
see if that a little bit fixes it.
Is that any better?
Okay, Kano, with pole 4/10 faster than Dutch Verstappen. Then it's ZK, divided, defeated Damo, Uffenhoof, 6 runs, Maney, the Cub, Matty Skills, Evil Blade, Maxi Boy, Unique, Lucky, War Machine, Mason, Goffy, Felty Rabbit, Kirko, and Drift. Both from McLaren's not setting a lap, but I'm pretty sure Drift has a race ban and Kirko just says, I don't want to set a lap, I'm going to save my tyres. Decides to save his tyres. But, yeah, we'll see what we can do in the sprint.
I think it is just a stream.
You're really quiet now.
That any better?
No, you're still quiet.
6. Better?
Yeah, you can hear you now.
I think it's just an issue with Xbox streaming, because
Yeah.
a lot of people, like a lot of the commentators in Wallaby and other leagues have had problems with crackling, so it's not really that noticeable.
Okay, well, 5 red lights. And away we go. No. And away we go now. With the sprint. Looks like Kano gets a really good exit here. But what can Dutch
Divided
Verstappen
gets a
do?
really good start.
Divided. Oh my god. But Kano stays ahead, but Dutch Verstappen's trying to fight back. Down the inside goes Dutch Verstappen. Touch a little bit. Dutch Verstappen gets a better exit. Can he get past Kano? They're still side by side. But it looks like Kano stay ahead for this corner now. But Dutch Verstappen is fighting back still. But it looks like ZK trying to fight off. But what's that? A Haas gone wide. The Cub's gone wide.
Maney as well had an incident, dropped a few positions, as well as Matty's skills on the first few corners.
Apparently there's rain at the end of the sprint. But we have a spinner who spun. Lucky. Lucky in the Williams has spun.
Ah, lucky. He came down 2 positions.
But Dutch
Nick
Verstappen,
thrown the biggest winner, up 5.
Dutch Verstappen trying to still make a move on Kano, but looks like Kano might have the better wings for the straight. Maney making a move on the Cub.
We have a mix of tyres between soft runners and medium runners. Half of the grid running mediums, the other half running softs, so I wonder which one's going to die first.
Yeah, definitely.
Around here, the track is so brutal on the front left and the rear tyres. Same. Really hard to deal with.
Uffenhoof all over the back of Divided. He's trying to make a move down the inside of Divided. There's
They
little
do make
top
contact.
and they make contact.
Yeah,
Comes back
that'll
on the
be going
track.
to the stewards.
Defeated Damo all over the back of ZK. Just taps him a little bit, causes him to go wide. And that defeated Damo gets the position.
DK burning his energy, trying to get through again. I think he
He's-
might have the lower wings.
Down the inside goes ZK. He's going to get this move stuck. But defeated Damo's going to fight back, squeeze
A little
as
bit
much
more
as
contact.
he possibly can. And War Machine with the time penalty. What a... Oh, and another a Haas goes wide of Mason Racing. Causes him to lose a couple positions. Then he goes deep in the corner and goes wide again.
Kano extends his lead to 1.2 seconds over Dutch Verstappen.
Definitely. You definitely don't want to be in the DRS if you don't have DRS. So Divided's probably going to catch Dutch Verstappen quite quick on the straight. Unless Dutch Verstappen can pull away.
As Maney loses positions to Matty Skills. Big battle here between 11th, 12th and 13th.
Definitely.
And 14th.
Nice helicopter cam here. Maxi Boy goes on six runs. Gets the position.
The divider closes in on Dutch Verstappen just a little bit more.
But 6 runs fighting back. They're going side by side into turn 1. And they contact and 6 runs gets a little bit of spin there.
Ooh.
And that's going to cause him to lose 2
position.
positions. But in the back, we've got a fight between P12 and P14. Mason Racing down the inside of Evil Blade. Is he gonna?
Gets it done.
He's gonna try and get Matty Skills as well, but they contact.
There's contact.
Drift trying
He's gonna get it around the outside though. Mason Racing has to cut the corner.
Mason Racing, he's got wing damage. He has to have wing damage. He's cutting every corner. Let's see if he's got wing damage. Let's get close. Goes wide again.
Yes.
Matty Skills all over the back of him.
Appear to have wing damage, but it might just be non-cosmetic.
And he gets a 3-second time penalty. He's cutting. Is he gonna? Is he not gonna go? He's not going in the pits. He's divided. Catching up to Dutch Verstappen. Dutch Verstappen blinking already. He's been trying to use all that ERS to try and catch up to Kano.
Side-by-side action between Mason Racing and Drifters, and there's contact again.
Oh, a little bit more contact. Maybe just a little nudge.
Divided is all over the back of Dutch Verstappen now. 3/10 the gap.
He might get his best bet is probably to stay back in this DRS straight and try and get him in the other straight. Maney, 3-second time penalty, and War Machine has spun. But what can Divided here do? But Damo's all over the back of Divided as well. This is going to be a battle here.
Divided knows
3 seconds.
Knows his tyres are going to last longer. He knows he's got more battery. He can just breeze past him without using any of it.
This DRS on this game is just too overpowered. Is Damo? Damo's going to get him as well. He's going to lose 2 positions in the straight.
Verstappen with absolutely zero battery.
All side by side, nearly 3 wide in the corner. Maney late on the brakes, does a Daniel Ricciardo. And Cub loses 2 positions in the straight as well. But he's going to try and fight back on 6 runs. Probably going to get it done here with the DRS. But still side by side, 6 runs. Saving all the ERS he possibly can. He's on 75. He's not using a single bit of that.
Good racing room left as well as he gets a penalty.
It's a penalty. This track is horrendous for penalties.
Matty Skills and Evil Blade sticks it up the inside and he gets it done.
But I think the battle to watch here is probably Damo on Divided all over the back of him. They're both on the same tyres. Hoof and Hoof gets unique. But what can Damo do? You do not want to be
leading the DRS train here.
Divided loses a bit of grip there. Hoof and Hoof with a time penalty. And we'll quickly look at the time penalties here. Mason Racing with 11 seconds, but it's just with ease, just passes him with ease. Just like that. But is Divided going to try and fight back on the other DRS straight? But
being a double DRS here, it's really hard to fight back.
Divided has all the ERS he kind of needs to like stay back, let the DRS pull him. But Matty Skills and 6 runs side by side. Matty Skills just misses out on that overtake.
6 runs, nearly 100% battery.
Yeah, 6 runs, you need to start using that battery, mate. But yeah, Divided all over the back of Damo still.
ZK is closing in on Dutch Verstappen as he has no battery, no power down the straight.
I think
Eighth thrown with the penalty.
The tyres to go were probably the mediums, but is Damo going to catch his teammate?
I think it'll be tough to do, but I don't think it's impossible.
Definitely not.
Depends on what kind of team orders they're running there.
He's already gaining.
Mercedes. Got a feel for Mason Racing. His pedals went. He's been trying to fix them for 3 hours, and now he's racing on his controller, which he hasn't done in a very long time. So this is not the typical racing you would see from him.
Definitely not. That's probably why he was going
second race back.
But Kano using all his ERS when he doesn't really need to. So he's on none.
All he
as
needs
well.
to do is now it's just going to hurt him even more as War Machine gets another penalty.
Oh, Divided nearly in the back of Damo. Causes him some time. Goes a little bit wide.
I think he knows he can just sit in that DRS, build up his battery, and set up a move for the final couple of laps.
Definitely.
This is brewing to be a really good main race here.
Mason Racing with another time penalty.
Divided gets all squirrely and he loses a lot of time, nearly slipping out of the DRS at the end of
But
2.
Hoof and Hoof going side by side with Unique. Are they going to get the move done? They're still side by side, giving as much room as possible. Still
Both
behind.
of them had time penalties, so it's all to play for.
And Hoof and Hoof just a little bit wide and gets another one.
We could see this midfield really shuffle up after the penalties are applied.
Definitely, definitely. If Maxi Boy keeps it clean, he's going to gain another 2 positions with this. Divided all over the back of Damo. Kind of looks like the mediums and the softs are kind of equal right now. Like,
as Unique Throne slips into the DRS of ZK. No battery though, ZK has 30 to use. 40 to use now. I think he'll be safe, especially with the time penalty. He doesn't need to fight it. He doesn't need to feel the pressure on him.
even if he wants to, he could just let him pass and not battle. And then stay behind him, get the DRS slipstream. But
Hoof and Hoof with 21% battery all over the back of Unique Throne here.
definitely.
Might be room for an overtake here.
Okay. They're going side by side, but he's gonna get him before the corner, but Unique's gonna try and fight back. Doesn't quite work out, but I think Hoofan's done that a little bit too early. He's gonna have no DRS.
Drifter's right behind Guffey. Is he gonna try and move as well? He's gonna save it for the main straight as they make contact.
That's kind of an advantage of Goffey there. He got pushed through the corner, a little bit more speed.
He takes an alternate line. I think he had a little bit of snap mixed with understeer, so struggling a lot there on the exit.
But Hoofanoof battling again, still battling it out.
Divided coming up on Damo, but he's not going to get it done.
Maney on the Cub. The Cub gets a perfect switch back, and he's through. Wait, look at it. Looks like Kano's going to win the sprint, but it's all down for the fight for P2. Coming to the last 2 laps, final 2 laps here.
Damo's saved up a little bit of battery in these last couple of laps as Matty Skills gets another 3-second time penalty.
These time penalties are really not going to help people here.
I think Divided knows he's just got to keep it clean. He's got to get the laps in and just stick right behind Damo to get this move done. But Damo's burning again, so he's dropped himself to 11% battery, and it's only going to get worse towards the end of the straight. No divided, not burning at all, just using the DRS to his advantage.
Yeah, definitely, but unless Kano has a really bad mess up, I think if he keeps driving like this, he's probably going to win this sprint. But it's...
Maxi Boy gets off and hoof.
Divided playing the game, braking a little bit early to try and keep that DRS. His best bet is probably to wait till the next lap, overtake him on the straight, and then I think he's good from there. If he pulls a big enough gap, especially with the ERS he's got. But Maney, side by side with the Cub, they're still fighting. The Cub trying to fight back. Just can't get it done. Maney's in front now. Drift all over the back of Goffy. Just can't get the move done. Goffy's just taken the place of Pajala and just been a truck. So we are, as we see, Divided all over the back of Damo. He's using all the overtake he possibly can, turns it off.
Drifters is going to go for this here, I think.
And he's going to go. And I think he's got this move done, and he's going to try and keep P2 here with
Still
Rabbit.
side by side.
Rabbit, P3, Goffy, and
Goffy gets him back.
Drift trying to go around the outside, and he sticks the move, but they're still close side by side. Who's going to have the DRS here?
Goffy's
It looks like
let
it's
him
going to be
have
Drift.
that DRS. Drift just got it.
Goffy trying to use all the overtake he possibly can to try and get that move done. But I think Damo is going to take P2 here.
Been overtaken.
Maney and the Cub still going at it.
As it stands, it's going to be Kano,
Damo.
Divided, followed by Damo.
Divided just needs to hold it from here. Try and get a better exit than Damo.
There's a spinner.
And who's that?
Unique
spun?
thrown.
Unique spun. But Damo is going to pay P2. Kano P1 with an absolute domination of a sprint. Nearly 3 seconds in front. And ZK on his debut
Nick
takes a
with no
nice
wing
P5.
either.
But is Drift gonna catch all these positions? Is he gonna grab all the people in front of him? He's gonna catch some people in front of him. No, he stays P14.
Goffy
So I think
crosses the line,
Maney just gets
P15.
1 point. I'm pretty sure it's top 10 get points in a sprint. So yeah, Kano with a win, and his championship rival not having the best of races, and he's down in P10. But this feature race is probably gonna be a one to watch. Thank you to all the 14 people that have joined this live stream. This is you people are what makes this possible. This racing possible, this live stream possible. And for you, there would be no live stream.
I think Kano is going to try and hold that position and just pull until lap 3. He's going to try and pull that 1 second gap and take it away like he did in this race. They're saying wet for the start.
Yeah, I think it might be where it does look like it. It did look like at the end of the sprint that it was gonna possibly start raining, but yeah, it's gonna be a fun one to watch. Time penalties in the rain is also going to be a big factor as well. Who's going to try and keep it clean, not get penalties, and possibly by the end gain up some positions.
Cano takes 10 extra World Championship points. Oh, it is wet.
It is.
Very wet.
It is. I think it is full wet. It looks like. This is sometimes full wet is boring to commentate, but hopefully it starts to dry up. Oh, it's Inters apparently. But as all the drivers try and get some wet setups on.
Be very interesting to see if people are under fuel and whatnot, depending on, obviously we can't see the radar, but they can, so it'd be interesting to see.
Okay. And it's 5 red lights and away we go. Who gets a better exit? Kano. But it looks like Divided's going to get a better exit on Kano. He's going to take the lead into the first straight. Didn't look like Kano had a very good exit there.
6 runs going down the inside of all of them. He's slipped.
And it's carnage. There's everyone's going everywhere.
6
Couple
runs
spinners
across.
in the back.
ZK's been spun.
DK, no. William, and people are still pushing each other through the corners.
Front wings flying
Maxi
everywhere.
boy,
So
DNF'd. It's a virtual safety car. But Kano took the lead back just before the virtual safety car, so
biggest winner here, 6 runs, but he has got a penalty of 3 seconds. Everblade with 5 and Matty Skills with 5 as well for ignoring yellow flags.
yeah.
Everybody on the Inters, but Maxi Boy would be devastated he's out so soon. But Damo, crucially, he lost a spot to Dutch Verstappen, and it's a full safety car, so
Yeah, definitely. You kind of don't want to save car first lap around, but haven't really raced Mexico on this game yet. But
Evil Blade in the pits,
War Machine.
Machine, Matty Skills, ZK all have damage. Would have been the front wings that I saw flying. As Matty Skills gets a wing change.
Yeah, definitely. It's
Everyone
good.
getting wing
The
change.
Williams a ZK on his debut. Probably not the best start to a feature race, but see if he can bring it back with the fresh Inters and a brand new wing.
Lucky up 9 in the Williams as well, so he'll be looking for a result this race. Obviously top 15 is points, so we'll be seeing what he can scavenge out of this after a poor sprint race.
Definitely. But I think yeah, definitely. The stewards are definitely going to be busy from what I've seen.
Yeah, definitely. I'd love to see what a few different perspectives of what happened in turn 1, because I was riding along on broadcast, so as Kano says, it sounded like bumper cars from his car. That's looking like for a 2-stop, they'd be pitting on lap 12. For a 1-stop, they'd be pitting on lap 24.
The carb into the pits. Oxchiller, do we have confirmation that it's going to dry up, or is it going to stay full wet? No, not full wet, just wet.
ZK back in the pits, as well as the Cub. So I don't know if they've picked up some more damage or the game glitched and they didn't get to change their wings.
Nope, looks like
They're
he's
going
on
back onto the inters. Just a tyre change, I don't know.
Oxchiller says it's going to dry up around lap 20.
I reckon he's talking to his brother ZK as the Cub leaves the session, so I think he might have retired in the pits. His car's glitched out at the moment in turn 1, so
It says he's still in the pits.
which is good, but his car is on the track, even though
Car's
it
doing a
says he's in the pit.
breakdance.
Wonder if he needs an invite. He just lost power at his house, says.
Oh.
Cub is coming back. His power just flicked on and then off again, so unlucky, unfortunate, but it happens. He will be lapped though, I fear.
ZK back in the pits and got a 5-second. He wants to try every tyre he possibly can.
He keeps jumping back onto those inters. I'm not sure what he's doing. I'm not sure if he's looking for a wing change, but it's not changing his wing.
He had a broken wing and they
that?
changed it. He had a full broken wing and watched them change it, but maybe he's just...
He might just be taking the mick, trying to keep the safety car out.
How you going? How you going, Goffy? Oops. He wants fresh tyres, so why not?
Who said that?
Oxchiller.
Yeah, well, he can't be doing that. He needs to come in once, and if he's got no other problems, then he needs to stay out.
Maxi Boy left the session just as safety car goes in. We're going to go on board with Divided for this one. When does Kano choose to go? Kano's gone. Has he catch Divided slipping? He's lost the back end. Divided. Trying to use all the slipstream he possibly can to try and get past.
He'll try and get this early.
But he's backing off. He's playing it safe option. Unique trying to go down the inside of 6 runs. These guys love battling. These Ferraris and Alpines love battling. And Unique, just a little bit of a better exit, and he gets the move done. Sorry there, Duck. It's my bad.
All Machines had a massive snap. And the Cub's going to go down the inside. I mean, ZK is going to go down the inside.
Tries to go around the outside.
Ducks asked to remove the spectator menu.
Yeah, I did. But
Maxi Boy's back in. He has a little look down the inside of 6 runs, going into sector 3. 6 runs goes off. It is still going. Yellow flag, and it's
a full safety car.
ZK smashed his wing off. I know this feeling all too well. First league race in the wet. It's always tough. Always tough.
Definitely. And especially the pressure of debut race and
Yeah, 100%.
does look like it's kind of slowed down with the rain. It's lightened
It has,
up.
yeah. 6 runs still got that 3-second penalty, so that'll come into play at the end of this race, especially if safety cars keep coming in. You obviously can't get rid of it in the pit stops, as you can only do that with 5-second penalties.
ZK replaces his wing.
He's not lost anything from it.
The Cubs car still breakdancing on the track. So,
It still says he's only 10 seconds off, so I've tried to invite him back, but I think he might be glitched. That's going to be there for the remainder of the race.
no, he's left.
As he leaves again, he probably can't get into it. But ZK has gone through 5 sets of tyres already. And apparently Maney is on the hards, which I find. Have a look. He is on the hards, so he thinks it's going to dry up pretty quickly, but the rain hasn't even stopped yet, so right call, wrong call, dunno. Same thing happened in Singapore, raining under safety car, and then it stopped raining at the end of the first lap, and it was dries.
My fucking game's glitched. What?
LT Rabbits, 3-second time penalty.
I might have to leave and rejoin.
What happened?
I'm stuck on the finishing screen.
Oh, okay. I've invited you. Mason Racing is up 11 positions though, which is huge for him considering he's on controller, stayed out of incidents. Goffey also up 6 positions.
Let's see if I can quickly get in before this safety car ends, hopefully.
Lucky has a 3-second time penalty for corner cutting. I don't know what he did, but he ended up in front of a few other cars, so he let him through, but
Cub trying to join back as well. I think if he does start to get going, his better option is just probably going into the pits and retiring.
yeah, get that car off the track. It'll be really distracting, especially with all the water flying up.
Safety car in this lap? It is.
I
Very
believe
late.
so, yes. Late ball again.
Kano
Kano's
tries
gone.
to go, gets really slippy on the exit.
Peter Damo has a run though.
And
on
Divided.
Verstappen.
Divided keeps holding back. He keeps letting off the gas. He's not trying to get this move done.
I think the Peter Damo got an illegal overtake. I don't know. He's let a few cars through. Is he an AI? I think he might be an AI. By the way, he's lost a lot of positions from that. He's losing another one to Uffenhof. I think he might be an AI.
Oh, Damo around the outside, gets a little bit wide.
Lost another position.
Mason Racing having a decent race on controller.
Up 12 positions now, sitting in P7 for a decent haul of points on his second race back. Kano extends his lead to a second.
Does look like it's drying out. I don't see any
Rain
rain.
has stopped.
But Maney's too far back to even compromise.
That'll be straight
And
to the
he's pitted back
stewards.
on the. He's pitted back onto the inters.
Peter Damo dive bombed Mason Racing and went off the track in doing so. That'll be going straight to the stewards, I reckon. Lucky going for a move on Mason Racing down the inside into turn 1.
Lucky is he going to stick this move.
Mason Racing goes really deep.
He's locked up. I think. That Haas car on the side of the track is very, very distracting. Definitely not going to help these racers' vision, especially in the rain. But it also looks like they're gonna be close to possibly everyone boxing onto possibly mediums or even hards.
We're seeing groups of 3 or 4 battling quite closely, so Kirko all over the back of Matty's skills. Is he going to be able to mount a battle to him?
Goffey with a 3-second time penalty. But defeated Damo. Nearly all over the back of 6 runs.
Going for a move on War Machine as he gets all squirrely. He's going to have it done.
War Machine's going to try and fight back. They're going side by side. He pushes War Machine a little bit wide. War Machine's still down the inside, still side by side.
Leaving nice racing room there.
Giving nice room, War Machine does. Defeated Damo.
As Unique Throne gets stuck to Verstappen. Up 10 positions now, but that 3-second penalty is still lurking. Seems to be very controlled in this weather. They both have no battery. Divided still close to Kano, but it's going to be hard to mount something for battle from 1.3 seconds back in the wet.
But
Maney's had a shocker down in P18.
so was Kirko.
No
Kirko went really deep. ZK all over the back of Kirko. It looks like it's drying up. It does look like they could go maybe onto the mediums or even the hards.
I say give it a lap or two. Once we see fastest laps coming in. Lucky gets another 3-second time
penalty. But he's all the way up in P8. He's doing good for the Williams right now in the points, but he's got them time penalties, which is not going to help. He's got 6 seconds worth of time penalties. And who spun? We got a spinner. Kirko
lost
spun.
his wing.
And a full safety car. This is going to be good for these boys in the back. They can pit for... Yeah, 6 runs he's going in for possibly... I reckon he can go in for hards.
I think definitely pit for dries. 100%.
Yep, mediums. He's in for mediums.
Everybody
Everyone
should
else
be
is
in for
staying out.
dries.
Most people are staying out. ZK coming in for his 5th pit stop.
Put on those hards and go to the end, I say. Yep,
I'm
that's
gonna look at
exactly what
tyres right now.
ZK's doing.
I'll look at. Can I not look at stops, please? Tyres. Tyres. So, 6 runs went onto the mediums. Could have been a bad call there. I don't think the mediums will make it.
Especially sliding around in these slippery conditions. I think those rears will die pretty quickly. They will heat up nicely, but I think they'll die pretty
Yeah,
quickly.
definitely. If he keeps slowing down like this, he's not going to catch anybody else that goes into the pits. He needs to kind of
They
pick
might
up
have
the
a
pace a little
delta.
bit here. Oh yeah, delta. Forgot about that.
I reckon they'll have a delta.
Oh, and he goes. Maybe it's just not time yet. I think once these front runners pit onto the possibly the dries. Let's see what Kano does. Does Kano go in? Does he stay out to try and maybe risk a couple more laps on the inters?
I think he should go in, but he's going
Yeah,
in.
he's going in.
Followed by
Who's going to follow him? Are they going to divided?
Ryan doesn't know what to do.
Thinking
He
about
stays
staying
out.
Yeah, and Throne stays out. So does Dutch.
I think everyone in boxes now. I think they should be fine. Safety car hasn't been caught up, so they still have 2 laps behind this safety car. Everyone who stays out is silly to stay out, I think.
stays out. Lucky stays out. Drift stays out.
You could see a very different top 10. We could see a very different top 10 to what we saw before.
And 6 runs going to gain a lot of positions here.
Lucky's in
He's up to
P4, but he
P10.
still needs to pit because this track is drying quick.
I can already see that it's pretty much dry. It is.
ZK gets Matty Skills on the pit exit. Mason Racing did, but he got an illegal overtake, which needs to be fixed on this game. And if you just look at the track, it's drying so fast.
Yeah, it definitely is.
No spray anymore.
I'm quickly gonna go get a drink. I'll be back.
6 runs goes out wide. I think these guys are definitely going to struggle for the first few laps if there's still a little bit of spray, as there is in Sector 2. There's still a little bit of spray kicking up from the tyres. But if they can just keep it together for the first couple of laps on these slicks, they will be fine. Still over half a race distance to go, so they just really need to keep it together, and I expect another round of pit stops just from the wear that these tyres will be getting on the rears as Goffey goes into the pits. Kano has a drive-through penalty. A drive-through penalty, Kano on P6, the previous race leader. We'll go through the penalties now. So we've got Unique Throne, the race leader, on intermediates with a 3-second time penalty. Then down in P4, Lucky also on the intermediates with a 6-second time penalty. Kano with a drive-through in P6 on the hards. 6 runs in P9 on the mediums with a 3-second penalty, and Goffey on the hards in 11th with a 3-second time penalty. He seems to be struggling under the safety car as well. Just slipping and sliding everywhere on those hards.
I am back. He's top 5, still not pitted.
Kano has a drive-through.
Oh no.
He's on the hards, he's in P6, he's got a drive-through. He's the closest car to the intermediate runners, but the race is effectively ruined now. How many safety cars have we
There's going to be
had?
another safety car.
3?
We've had 3, I think. 3 to 2.
Yeah.
No,
so
1 virtual. No, the virtual turned into a full. We've had 3, I think.
So I think you can only have 4 or 5, include that safety cars in general, so including virtuals. Guffey's got a penalty for drive-through penalty for
And
falling too far back.
divided through. Kano's playing the sportsmanship game.
This has turned into, this has flipped this race upside down with Kano getting that drive-through, so...
Kano letting everyone through.
As he should, he can't serve that penalty until...
Yeah, I think his best bet is probably to go last and back off and try and serve it as soon as green lights go off, but...
Because you need to do a lap after the safety car goes in, so it's only fair to let... I think it should be a rule, but it's only fair to let the cars behind in front, because you're only going to impede them anyway.
Definitely.
But undivided now, this race has fallen into his hands. Uffenhoof just behind him. You know, Evil Blade at this stage could be on the podium. Goffey also could be on the podium. You know, anyone on the slick tyres could effectively get a podium here, so...
Yeah, definitely.
Thanks to penalties and everything, there are much fresher tyres. Track is going to dry once they get up to speed. I'm surprised that water's still on the track. Safety car should be in this lap though.
Well, it will definitely dry up once they start full racing. There's going to be a really heavy drive line forming. As we can see, it's already forming. But it's just gonna get better and better. But let's see what these inter-runners can do. Can they hold off Divided? I'm going to start on Divided to see how the better of an exit he gets. Or if he gains.
The main thing for these guys, these slick runners, will be getting those temps into those tyres as quick as possible.
A little bit contact in the safety car.
And minimising slip, as Drifters gets a 5-second penalty for a severe collision with Lucky. Which I think will get taken away as it's only a tap under safety car and you get a 5-second penalty. But Lucky, he's lost a lot of time.
This is not going to help Divided because Divided got held back by the contact. They all backed off. But Divided is going to try and get a move done.
There's a few in the pits.
Drift here. Yeah, a few went into the pits, but does Divided get this move done? He's going to try and go around the outside. Can't get it done.
4 of the top 5 have
defending
penalties as well.
with his heart.
We'll see how quick, what the difference is in Sector 2 really, once we start getting into some high speed corners.
Oh, Divided.
Evil Blade is a net P1 here. Because after Verstappen pits, after penalties, he will be a net P1. Lucky and Drifters going at it. And Damo. Dutch Verstappen. Dutch Verstappen's got damage, she's got front wing damage, she's lost an end plate. It's going to dart straight into the pits, as well as Unique Throne. Unique Throne's into the pits as well. And it's slicks. Compound tyres. Lots of them are into the pits now, lots of the intermediate runners.
Yeah, but Dutch Verstappen stays out with end plate damage. He's don't know what he's doing here, but he's got his overtake on constantly. He has not turned it off.
Track's not dry enough just yet, but never mind, it is dry. Track is dry in Sector 1. Sector 2 is where it's wet.
Yeah, Evil Blade here, if he keeps it up, he's in it for a win. Here, if he stays up, or possibly 24 laps on these hards.
He's all over 6 runs as well, so it's not like he's lost a lot of time. We have seen pace from Evil Blade before. Haney, the 3-second time penalty. All these penalties are going to hurt everyone's races.
Definitely, and as I said in the sprint, it's all about time penalty. You keep it clean, it's possibly could be down to the race win, and that's what Evil Blade's got on his hands right now. He keeps this up, he's in for a race win.
So Sector 2 seems to be the only wet part of the track at the moment.
And both of their front inters are in. Divided leads the race, but the two fronts have a time penalty.
Oh, that track is dry. Dry as 6 runs out of battery already. Divided on a healthy amount. Same with Evil Blade.
Kano with the fastest lap. But Kano's down all the way down to P13, like P11. He was in for a race win here, but it kind of looks like it's over.
I think it's a lot of damage limitation though from after having a drive-through penalty. He's only lost 10, 15 seconds. And I think it was thanks to the interchanging conditions.
But
So
ZK
divided.
debut all the way up to P6.
Six runs as mediums, 1 lap older than all the hard runners behind him, apart from ZK. So I'll be surprised if he doesn't jump onto the softs to finish the race. Those tyres will be screaming at the end.
6 runs out of ERS already. He's been trying to try and keep Evil behind him, but if they start battling Evil, he could get a time penalty. If he really battles this and gets pushed wide, it's possibly a penalty. As we got Kirko all the way in the back. He's in front of P1 as a lap, possibly getting lapped this lap.
Looking at Evil Blade, he's only got 1 warning for track limits, I think, so he's in the clear. Have a look at Uffenhof behind him. 1 warning as well.
Oh! Evil! Just 6 runs spun, and Evil tried to dodge him and caused him into the wall. That's a big collision. I think Evil might even have
Evil has
damage.
damage. He's got
He's
a
got
missing
no
front
end
right.
plate.
That completely ruined his race. He's gonna have to box and repair that. He's not gonna. He stays out though, but he's gonna struggle with that towards the end of the race. Well, his tires are only gonna wear more. He's gonna use more battery.
Definitely, and right here, if Huffenhoof keeps this up, he could possibly have a win in his bag as well.
Looking at this, Matty Skills is on for a podium.
And War Machine, out of nowhere, he's up into P5.
This is completely turned the race upside down. ZK has a penalty. I think Matty, he can't get caught up behind Evil Blade through any corners. He needs to get him on the straight, needs to get him quick. I think he's going to push to get the DRS here. Definitely down the main straight and get it done on the second straight after turn 2.
Gets a penalty. 3-second time penalty. If Matty Skills keeps this up, he's going to win. Possibly.
I think it'll be tough, I know. as Evil Blade boxes.
But
He gets a
Matty got
penalty as well.
DRS.
He's going to have to stick with that penalty to the end of the race. So as it stands, Divided will win. Wolfenhoof second place and Matty Skills third place, and he seems to be keeping War Machine at bay, actually pulling away from him. So if he can keep this up, I think we might see Matty on the podium.
Yeah. Or even War Machine.
Just look at those penalties. There's 6 drivers without penalties, only 6 drivers. War Machine's starting
War
to reel him
Machine-
in.
Yeah, War Machine's slowly catching Matty.
Both of
Matty's
them
gonna
have managed their ERS quite nicely, so
I don't think these tyres are going to last. I think they're going to have to pit again.
I think so as well. I think they'll have to jump onto those softs if they've got any.
And we've got a spinner. We've got Belty Rabbit. A little spin there.
Obviously, they'll still have all their race tyres, so that is
Evil
skills.
Blade.
Using my setup, he's got very good straight line speed.
Matty, Evil Blade pitted, but this also, not saying this, but him losing his win could have gave an advantage because all the drivers in front might have to pit again.
They might do,
And
yeah, but he has got a 5-second time penalty. Getting those tyres over 16 laps on this track is so hard. Kirko, he was looking really, really good, as we've seen in multiple races this season. He's looked, sat in P6 or 7 and then he's just had an incident or he's made a mistake and it's put him down back in P9 to P18. 40 seconds off the car in front of him.
Not really any battles here, but Maney and 6 runs going at it. It's a 3-way battle. Cuts off Dutch Verstappen, and that brings Drift into it. Also, it's a 4-way battle here, and it's for P9, right? And then Drift trying to go side by side with Dutch Verstappen. They're going side by side. Drift gets the DRS. He's gonna pull away from Dutch Verstappen, and he passes 6 runs as well. He gets 2 in one straight. That's how overpowered this DRS is in this game. Everyone is pretty much running Red Bull DRS.
Damo is chasing War Machine. He's catching him quickly.
Yeah. Definitely.
That's Verstappen.
And War Machine is little by little each lap is also catching Matty Skills.
That's Verstappen, just got through 6 runs as well with the dive down the inside at the end of the second DRS straight. So this has been a good race to watch.
Definitely.
I think Wolfenhoof has also made some inroads on O Divided. But defeat Damo on War Machine. He's got it done. He's got no battery, but he's got it done. I think Matty's biggest goal will just to not chase the drivers in front of him, but just lap by lap focus on getting the fastest time he can and keeping Damo at bay for as long as possible, because if he can keep them two behind him for as long as he can for a couple of laps, then with Damo's penalties, which is only 3 seconds, you know, I think he could get this podium 100%.
ZK on a move onto Unique, and he gets it done.
Eva Blade also on 6 runs at the same time.
Also, drift all over the back of Maney. Possibly going to get him in this DRS straight.
It's followed by Dutch Verstappen pretty closely as well.
This is a battle for P9 here. It's been going for a couple laps now. Maney gets a little bit loose on the back end out of the corner. And Dutch Verstappen's going to try and compromise from that, but he's got 0 battery. He is still on the overtake with 0 battery. He turns it off now. But it looks like Drift is going to get Maney. Just room enough to race, but
a little bit of
Maney
contact.
just doesn't. Oh, Maney does not give enough room.
He pushes Dutch Verstappen as well off the track.
And Maney
he
does the
goes
right
onto
thing
the
and
grass.
just goes off the track.
I think he's saving himself from a 10-second penalty there, provided there was no damage to Dutch Verstappen or drifters. There's 6 runs of tyres.
6 runs,
Safety
and
car.
that's the safety car everyone needed.
This is really going to save Matty, as defeated Damo didn't get a chance to overtake him once he got in the DRS.
Is Divider going to pit? I think it's better that they pit. There we go.
I think
Followed by...
tossing up between the mediums and the softs here. I think it'll just be whatever you have.
Medium.
We saw that the softs could run pretty long.
Mediums.
We saw the softs could run pretty long, well, 12 laps in the sprint, so if they've got fresh softs and they think they can do it, then do it. I think defeated Damo is on softs.
Evil Blade's going to catch some positions up here because everyone's going to try and box.
Matty's on
went onto the softs. ZK pits as well.
That's Verstappen and Drifters through P3 and 4 respectively. All penalties though. This is falling into Matty Skills' hands. The longer this safety car stays out, the better it is for him.
Yes, ZK with the 6 stops.
So at the moment, it is Matty Skills net P1, War Machine net P2, and Kano net P3, with Evil Blade net P4 after penalties.
But this is going to give an opportunity for Kirko unlap himself.
I think it depends on the cars in front of him. They've all got to let him through.
He is in front of the safety car, so maybe he is. Is he?
But I think
he's
got
behind?
I don't think he is a lap behind. He didn't get caught. If he pits, he'll be a lap behind, but he didn't get caught by the guys behind or the guys in front. So
because he didn't pit, he stayed out when everyone else pitted.
yeah, so I think that might have unlapped it. Yeah. He stayed out, so he will catch safety car. And this might actually be alright for him, because he's not got a penalty.
He's got no penalty. If he just keeps it clean, he could probably bank up some positions here.
Everyone in front of him is on fresh tyres, but Felty Rabbit, who is still on 13 lap old hards. Kirko's are only 8 laps old, but that's going to take a toll on him at the end of the race.
But I think Matty Skills, if you can clearly check how many cut-in corners or stuff he has, because last time I did it, it made me see other results and I couldn't back out of it.
He's got none since his first lap penalty.
Nice.
So
he's in contention for a win here, especially on the tyres he's on.
yeah, and that was a 5-second collision penalty, I think, and he served it.
I didn't realise that Kirko had to unlap himself, so he's gonna have the best heights. He's gonna have under safety car. He's gonna have the best tires possible for this. And he had pace on the hards. So
Who's that?
Matty Skills.
Yeah, he did. Yeah. I mean, he was
The safety car's gonna
Coco
try and stay out
boxes.
as long as he's not gonna get lapped. He's gonna try and box and then hopefully we'll stay out for one more. He's not gonna catch it, but it's gonna kind of help everybody.
Might be in this lap. Has it been out 2 laps already? Keep in mind, P3 and 4, Dutch Verstappen and Drifters are on 9 lap old mediums as well, just as it is in this lap, just in front of Matty Skills, so he might want to clear them as fast as possible while keeping his nose clean. So the last thing he needs at the moment is an incident. Divided's gone, and he's absolutely gapped off and off, and Dutch Verstappen's closely following. Matty Skills is gonna go.
Matty Skills trying to make a move onto drift.
He's got it done.
And he's got it done.
This is gonna be
These
really good for
tyres
him.
just give some more grip.
Damo's gonna be stuck behind him for a few more corners now. Unless he gets him on this straight, but it's gonna cost him battery.
War Machine has spun. He's done War Machine things.
Evil Blade gets lucky. They're still battling side by side, but he's got him. He's got him.
Matty just needs to get some good corners here and he can try and catch Dutch Verstappen. Once he gets past that, I think he just needs to try and play it safe here. And
just remember the 2 leaders, on top of their penalties, they're also on the mediums, as Drifters is out.
And Drift. Is that going to be another safety car? But I think it's max safety cars.
Yeah, I
I think it's max safety cars.
Well, it's still all to play for. As my game's just crashed.
Great.
That's alright. Got him back.
Okay. Damo trying to make a move on Matty Skills, and Matty Skills does a thing and just lets him through. But Kano, out of nowhere, Kano's all over the back of Matty Skills. We did not think about this. Kano, up to P5. Everyone in front of him has penalties. Kano can still win this race.
With the pace he's shown, he really can win this race if Damo lets him through.
I think that's the best option. If they play the team game here, Damo needs to let him through. Damo's trying to make a move onto Dutch Verstappen before the S's, and he does. They contact. Kano trying to get past Dutch Verstappen, but Dutch Verstappen cuts him off. Kano goes wide. I think Matty Skills is just trying to play it safe here and just stay back. Let the fight happen. If people spin, I'm just going to gain positions like that. But yeah. Kano's still trying to get around Dutch Verstappen. But Dutch Verstappen is defending like a lion. He's doing a Perez. He's thinking that he is making someone win the championship. But Kano using all of his ERS to try and get past Dutch, and he does. And I think he's just going to pull away from Dutch here. Dutch is on 12 lap old soft hards, mediums, set every tyre, apart from what he's on.
Hoffenhoff's still within a second of Divided as well.
Yeah, this is... They've all got 3 seconds up here. Kano needs to try and catch his teammate, and his teammate needs to pull him along. Or he's not gonna be able to win this race.
I think for Kano to win this race and maybe get a podium, the top 2 really need to battle it out, but I think they're smart enough to work together and, not battle each other and lose too much time.
Well, they're both saving their ERS for possibly making moves on each other. But Kano is nearly all over the back of his teammate. But Kano just used all his ERS to try and get past Dax Verstappen, which probably did not help his tyres battling him that much.
Wolfenhof
As
will
Kano
not
gets
have
the
DRS
fastest lap.
either. He's got no ERS. That's really going to hurt him later in the final couple of laps.
Matty Skills, and Dutch lets Matty Skills through. Dutch just obviously doesn't like Kano, or just defend Kano, and decided, that's enough defending. I'm just going to let this driver through. And what can Matty do from here? Possibly try and get a P3 from Kano, because Kano has no ERS. I'm sorry, I keep forgetting about the spectator menu. That's my bad.
Wolfenhof has made massive inroads to Divided, caught him over 6/10 this lap. I think he's really struggling in the final sector. Is 4/10 the gap now.
Is Damo going to let his teammate past here? Or is he going to make his teammate fight for it?
It would be silly not to. But Kano doesn't have the battery to get through him. He's going to do it. He's going to let him through.
Is he going to let him through? I think he is. He's in the space, yep. Now, what Kano needs to do is he needs to try and save his ERS here. Now he's in front of his teammate. Hopefully his teammate doesn't try and push him.
Wolfenhof did get O-divided.
And Goffey with a 3-second time penalty.
Kano's going to be well within that 3-second barrier of O-divided. Just the next couple of corners, which will put him in P2.
The best thing Kano can do is try not to push too hard. He pushes too hard, he's going to get himself a penalty.
He needs to leave a little bit of life in those tyres for the end of the race, otherwise he's only going to lose the time he's gained. He slips in, has, at this stage, got a net P1.
But Evil Blade out of nowhere, all over the back of Matty Skills. Got and O-divided, making a move back to take P1 again. This is going to stuff them. They keep doing this stuff. It's not going to be good for both of them.
It's going to go around the outside.
And Evil Blade around the outside of Matty Skills. Matty Skills does not want to give up the position, but he just gets better traction.
He knows not to fight, just not lose time.
Definitely, you do not want to lose time, especially with the pace that Evil Blade has got this game. He is picked up pace this game.
Now Matty Skills started P11 after the sprint race, so anything above that is a good result. No, he's not got the
Kano in
pace.
both of the penalty stages of both of them. Kano here, if he keeps this clean, he's in for a win, and his teammate is in for. I think he's going to stay the same position, unless he passes both of them.
And you know, he doesn't need to. He just needs to sit behind them and just chill out. His teammate can't beat him. Evil Blade can't beat him unless he gets through defeated Damo, and the same with Matty Skills.
And they're making more changes. DRS changes are on the straight.
If anything, I think this is helping them because they're not battling through the corners at this stage. They're just fighting in the straights. But O-divided is going to stick it close to him.
O-divided decides to back out there.
Really want to keep this nice and tight. Smash the exit, use all the track.
everyone in chat saying Kano needs to be tier 2.
He does. I agree. 100%. I don't know how he was put in tier 3. I don't know what kind of whack time trial times he sent in, but I'm all for the promoting him.
Kano just not saving any bit of his ERS. He just does not want to leave anything in the tank. War Machine with another time penalty. Oh no, his first time penalty. ZK on Maney. Gets the position done. Is Maney going to try and fight back? He is, but he just can't get it done.
Looks like Matty Skills is struggling a little bit with overheating on the rears, just looking at the numbers on his steering wheel. Up in those 103s, 104s with the temps, and that's really, really hot.
Eagle Blade is catching Damo though.
He only needs 7/10. Can he do it in the next 2.5 laps? Matty just being so careful in the high speed, low speed.
Evil's wheel, he's fronts are on 100, but his backs are just perfectly fine at 99.
He's just got
he's
minimal battery. Again, Kano burning all his battery, and it's just not helping him down the straight at all.
He's only hitting 301, 305 down the straight, when these guys up ahead of him are probably hitting 320. It is definitely not helping him.
Damo only hit 310 going down that straight with more battery, so I don't know what kind of wings these guys are running. War Machine boxes, I think he's going to go for fastest lap.
Well, he was in the points, I don't see why he needed to.
I think he's got a pretty decent gap. He's not going to get out ahead of any. Oh, he's got damage.
But right now, it's Kano's race. He's all over the back of him. I think the best bet is he needs to save this ERS.
And his temps are still in the 90s, so keeping that nice and tight, just exiting really cleanly. But he's had a snap.
Loses it.
He's had another
he's got
snap.
Another one.
That dirty air really taking effect. He doesn't need to get this close. He's got a nice buffer to his teammate. Doesn't need to get too close to any other cars, especially when they've got penalties in front, and this win was his 3 or 4 laps ago, so just needs to use his head a little bit more and chill out. Because if those two collide and the ghosting doesn't work, he's out.
These guys are fighting up here really bad, a lot of contact.
This is for position.
These guys are fighting as much as they can for this position. All Kano needs to do is really just back off and let these guys do what they need to do. There's no need to get involved.
At this rate, these guys will still be on the podium, so it's for 2nd and 3rd. They've had a lot of pace, both of these guys. Kano just, well, another tier, really.
But on track, we're going to have Divided winning it on track, followed by Uffenhoot. But Kano, with another dominant race, comes and takes P1.
After a drive-through, after everything, nothing went his way. He's made the right calls, and ZK for his debut, P7, so...
P7.
Matty Skills ended up P6. After his tyres died, he looked like he had some overheating problems.
Definitely. Some of these guys' setups aren't ready for softs as well. A lot of these guys are still using kind of the same setups that hards and mediums would use. So it really takes effect that your tyre temps really can change everything.
Once again, Kirko just missing out, just shy of the points. Down in P16. It was a good race.
Was I think the only person we can interview is Kano unless these guys have
Xbox app.
and Dutch Verstappen DNF. I think that's a glitch. He left and then he DNF'd.
It was P14, so
Evil Blade does respect driver of the day. Do you want to run us through the order?
Yep.
The fact that I did it in our quali.
Yep. So we have Kano taking out the maximum results of the weekend. O-Divided second overall in the weekend and defeated Damo following closely. So, but for the race we have Kano in P1, Divided in P2, Uffenhoof in P3, defeated Damo in P4, Evil Blade P5, Matty Skills P6 after a long hard fought race, ZK for his debut in P7, Maney in P8, Mason Racing in P9, Lucky rounding out the top 10 after penalties, War Machine in P11, Unique Throne in P12, Goffey in 13th, Pelty Rabbit in 14th, Dutch Verstappen rounding out the points, Kirko in 16th, Drifters in 17th, 6 runs in 18th, and the Cub in 19th, and to round it off, Maxi Boy after an early DNF in P20.
Definitely, but we got to say, Kano done everything. He finished P1 in qualifying, P1 in the sprint, and P1 in the race.
Yep.
So that is a.
The thing is, I don't think he got maximum points that he hitting at fastest laps. I don't.
He got fastest lap in the race.
In the race? What about the sprint?
No, he did not. Actually, yes, he did. He did, but he doesn't get points for it. I don't think.
Okay. Well, you know, he did everything he could. So one
Definitely,
shot
we're
maximum.
gonna get him and Party real quick for a quick interview. See if he'll do one, but good job to the Uffenhoot and O-Divided. Sadly, that's Maney. Shit. No, that's Maney again. I clicked Kano.
I've invited him.
There we go. Make sure your audio's included Kano.
So easy, mate.
Do you want to start us off, Left 4 Dead?
Well, just to begin with, you know, walk us through your race, your quali, your sprint race, and the main race. Walk us through the whole weekend.
Just the weekend in general. This was actually one of my most hated tracks on the calendar, so I probably spent about 6 hours today just grinding it, because I absolutely fucking hate the track. But bloody, qualifying, I went out, set a safe bank without putting it in a wall. I wanted to do that first, so I didn't have a repeat of Oz. So I set a lap, went out again, absolutely set my second lap, and I thought it was a good enough time to put me pole, which it was. So I decided, alright, yeah, no worries. Then for the sprint, I knew that softs could make it the rest of the way. So just got the gap and just maintained it from there. But the race, everything was going perfectly until I got given a drive-through under safety car. I'm not sure what sort of glitch it is, but as I entered sector 1, I was obviously close enough around the corner from the cars in front, but because I was on the harder tyres, I couldn't catch them quick enough of a timer to go down and gave me a drive-through. So then under safety car, I decided to pull off the track, let everyone go past, so that once the safety car went in, by the time I got to the pit lane, it'd be under green flag racing. So then it was just a matter of just knuckle down, keep it within track limits, and yeah, just keeping it on track and keeping my pace up. That's what got me to win. So honestly, pretty good result. Can't complain. Bloody stressful though. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, can't
Well, you
complain.
answered my second question of what was going through your head when you got the drive-through penalty, because I wasn't sure what it was for. So, but you
I
did
can't
really well to come
I
back.
can't say I can't say what was going through my head, mate. Run through.
uh,
But bloody yeah, it was quite annoying because at that because everything was going great. But um, this race ended up going out perfectly. Um, qualifying pole, won the sprint, won the race, and got fastest lap. So can't complain at all. Good weekend. Yeah, not too bad.
and my final question: what do you think about tier two?
Ah, they're rapid.
Want to be a part of it?
I got put into tier three because of me being inconsistent. And yeah, I'm
Yeah,
in tier three. I don't want to go up a tier and lose all my points that I've just gained and start from scratch again, and my season's gone to shit. But there's a few boys up in this. It's probably got four people in this tier that I'd consider easily tier two pace, and probably 5 or 6 in tier two that I'd say are probably tier three pace. It's just
yeah, I
you have
agree
your
with you.
fast, yeah, you have your fast end of the tier, and you have your slower end of the tier. I mean, I know for a fact there's a few couple tier two boys that absolutely should be in tier one, but
Yep.
it's the way it is. You've got the fast at the back, the slow at the back, and um, yeah, but good weekend, great driving from no divided. Um, who got P3?
I think it was off and off.
Yeah, great driving from him. But yeah, no, can't complain. Cheers, boys.
And,
Alright, thank you, Kano.
and Zevix, do you want to
I'm
take
gonna
this?
run it off with with O divided. From our perspective, it looked like you had a great race, but give us your perspective. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, you got any questions for him, Left for Dead?
No, not really. Just, you know, props to you for a great race, and you had a awesome battle with the Hoof, so it was good to watch. Well, might be something to talk about. Maybe. The first, there was, yeah, there was a few incidents. See the one that went down the inside?
Probably just missed his braking zone, dude.
Yeah. He did brake earlier, it just looked like because the corner comes up so fast on you,
Yeah.
it's so tight.
Yeah,
Oh,
well, yeah, definitely. It's definitely a good race from our point of view. This is Spin Wallaby Racing League. I've been joined by myself, TK, and Left for Dead. And you got anything to say before we go Left for Dead?
just thanks for watching, and you guys are the reason we're able to do this, so it's support's amazing, and the support in the chat is amazing afterwards. So hopefully we'll be able to bring more exciting races to you guys like this across the rest of the tiers.
No.
Yes, definitely.
Cheers, guys.
All right, you guys have a good one, and see you next live stream.
Yeah.
Bye.